welcome back at the Not Just Sawdust workshop. In this video we're going to make a bookcase that everybody can make. We cut all the wood and there's a cutting list on the side. Now if you don't have a table saw, you could always order two different widths of board. So I've got 20 centimeters and 19 centimeters. You will see later on why that is, but you only need two wider boards. So if you go to like a DIY store or whatever, or a wood yard, you could always have those different measurements if you don't have a table saw to rip that centimeter off. You don't need tools. Well, even with a hand saw you could make this, because I made this profile on the front with the router, but if you don't have a router you could leave it just square and nicely sanded and it wouldn't be a problem. It would still be a nice bookcase. So let's see if we can get this together. Now you can see why I've got the outside board a bit higher, because the back is going to be falling in here. So the whole structure is going to be really strong, and the easiest way to make a bookcase. So I'm going to follow on with this and then we'll see how we do the other side. The reason why I have all these boards on the table and I've clamped this up is that I don't have enough floor space to lay it on. It's much easier if you got a nice flat space to work on, then everything comes at the right place. But I've got to make sure that on the front everything lines up, and here on the back we've got that lined up too. So that's why I put the outside board on another board, just to have a bit longer, because my table isn't flat, because the saw is a bit higher than the table itself, so I just have to improvise a bit, but this is working too. And of course you should remember to put the boards with the front down. If you have square boards it doesn't matter, but if you, like I have, put a profile on it, then of course you have to make sure that the profile is on the front, which is on the table side, and of course that all the profiles are the same, so that you have the top and the bottom, so don't confuse them. But now it's just straightforward, just screwing these on until I'm at the end. Spot on. So now we can put the back on. That's why we need this centimeter gap, so they are all flush with the back of the side of this cabinet. So yeah, of course these are not long enough, but very economical, because I only have to take off like 1.5 centimeters, and I can use this board as a connection. I could try to overlap them all the time, but it would take much more time and it would cost the same amount of money, wood. So, but now all these have to be paint it white before I can put them on. That's why my workshop is too small for this kind of stuff, but I'm gonna put the trims on the front and the cove on the top and a little something underneath here. Then it's ready to put it in the van, which will be an adventure. Now getting this big bookcase into the car wasn't that easy. It took me more than an hour to figure out how I should load it, and well, I was on my own, so it was kind of heavy, but in the end I managed to get it in. The van isn't long enough so it would fit completely in. It was 10 centimeters too long to close the door, so with some ropes and some other stuff I made sure the doors were tight, really well together, so nothing could fall out of the van when I'm driving to the place where it should be delivered. In the end, when I came for delivery, I had to take it out myself. Nobody to help, but I've kind of expected that. Put it up myself in the place where it should be, and that was it. I didn't take any pictures of the bookcase standing up at the location where it is, because somehow, for some reason, that friendship I thought that I had with the people I made it for suddenly overnight became some kind of a, I don't know, client-supplier relationship. So yeah, let's say there's not a lot of love in the air. Remember, you know, you think you're working for people like years. Never assume that they are your friends. Just keep it on a business-like manner. That's my tip for the future. Nevertheless, I would say do some woodworking. It's a very nice way to spend your time. Do some recycling. It's an even better way to spend your time. And I hope to see you in the next project video. From Portugal, at the logo.